Hey guys, it's Gerald with the Millennium Investor, and today we're going to be reviewing the WePower ICO. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be taking a look at this particular ICO and what I personally have found through my research. And I want to make something clear before we get started here. I'm not affiliated with WePower. I don't get compensated by the company. I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. And this review that I'm giving you right here, right now, is really just my own personal opinion. So we make this clear. All right, let's get started, shall we? So as you can see here, the website is wepower.network. And what this is in a whole, you can see it right here. It's a blockchain-based green energy trading platform. And this project itself has some really big promises behind. The thing is that this is not really the first company that is trying to implement such blockchain technology. We already have seen its competitor, which is from Australia, a company named Power Ledger, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, and they already have done some great things. And now let's have a look at this. And before we actually get started with this ICO review, I want to make another thing clear here, and that is that now there's so many ICOs being launched every day. I think it's getting to the point where it's almost too much, where one person alone can simply not review all ICOs that are being published, that are being brought to publicity. And the thing is really that what can we do now? How can we really how can we identify profitable ICOs for us as investors, and how can we not get on board with ICOs that may look promising, that may have, appeal, but don't have that bigger picture behind them. So as you can see, I've prepared my ICO review sheet, and let's go through this really quickly. I don't want to take too much time. So the ICO date is officially on February 1st, and yes, you need to be whitelisted to be able to participate in this token sale. So what you do is you basically register here with your email, and then you're going to have to fill in more information on the next page, I believe. And once this is done, you should receive an email confirmation from WePower that you have been whitelisted. As said, the token sale officially starts on February 1st, which is about 10 days from now. Now it's January 21st, so 10 days from now, as said. And make sure you do that. So there's still enough time left, obviously. And as you can see here, 1 Ethereum equals 4,000 WePower. So that comes down to 25 cents per token. So that itself is okay. What I haven't really been able to figure out is how many tokens there are in total. I have not seen the total supply, which comes a little bit as a surprise to me. And I have tried to get in touch with their advisors and also their management, so regarding this, but I actually think that you can also post this in the Telegram group, and that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to ask this question straight in their Telegram group to see how much the total supply is. It's an ERC20 token, means it's been built on the Ethereum blockchain. So that means you can store this token through myetherwallet.com, Trezor, and Ledger Nano, which are both hardware wallets, so we'll have to purchase them first. And the whole point here is really that you purchase your Trezor or your Ledger Nano so you can, double secure your MyEther wallet, right? So whenever you log on, it's going to be through your hardware wallet, which you're going to plug into your computer via USB, and then it lets you access MyEther wallet, right? So this is the more secure way to store tokens, and that's also what I'm doing. I'm not storing them directly via MyEther wallet. And as we said, the proprietary technology here is really blockchain-based green energy platform. And what it's really all about is that it helps consumers to store and trade renewable green energy through their platform. And this company, right, has also partnered up with a big player in the energy industry, which is Elering. I hope I pronounced this correctly. They are based in Lithuania as well. I think same as Power Ledger, if I'm not mistaken. At least these three people here, right, top of their management, are Lithuanians too. I think the company is set up in Gibraltar, which is a microstate in southern Spain, but it's its own jurisdiction. Okay, that's where these guys are set up. And as I said, they partnered with Elering. Now the vertical is energy, and I think whenever you invest in an ICO, right, an initial coin offering, you really have to be asking tremendously important questions as to whether this particular product could ever be used by the public or not. And if we take a look at this company here, obviously there is great demand for renewable energy. So in that regard, and, it could definitely be used by the general population. On the other hand, what we should also ask, what are the obstacles for the implementation process itself? Like, what could prevent this company from reaching success? And what's always important here to realize is the management of the company. And is it an established company? Is it a startup? What is it exactly? And what we see here is a company, right, with WePower that has already partnered up with an established energy company. And if we take a look here, we go to Google and we look up Elering, and you will see that Elering is a national transmission system operator for electricity and natural gas with headquarters in Tallinn, Estonia. So I'm actually sorry I told you the wrong thing before. I misinformed you there. Look this company up publicly and you will see that this is a real established company, and that itself is a huge bonus to me. Then I wasn't able to find too much information on the management itself. Apparently these three heads of the management have been involved in the energy industry for quite some time, but as said, unfortunately I wasn't able to look up too much information on them, which is again subjective, because it would be great if we could find some information on those people before we invest with them, obviously, right? They would make us more confident in our investment in this firm. Their advisors, John Matonis, I.L. Herzog, I did find some information on them. Especially I think I.L. Herzog is established in business, has quite some history, so you can look him up on Google and you will definitely find some useful information on him. Then what's also important here is, right, the roadmap. And whenever you invest in an ICO, I think you really got to consider their roadmap, like where they're at in their game. What's still on the agenda? How are they trying to improve the product? Or the first question you'll be even asking is, do they have an existing product or not? And in many cases, companies don't have an existing product, which is a huge problem to me. Because if you really think about it now, we are now in a massive growth in the cryptocurrency industry, meaning, we are now in the boom where people are looking to invest money and they're trying to make some quick profits, okay? And this boom will probably continue to move on for another, I would say, at least couple months, maybe even 1 to 2 years, right? It could be up to 1 to 2 years. Nobody knows exactly when this boom will start to decline. But the question is, what happens after the boom? Who's going to survive? Who's going to die? That is a very important question, and I think a company with a product that has real world utility has a much bigger chance of survival than a company where the product just doesn't make any sense at all. Here, the product does make perfect sense, and the fact that they have partnered up with an established energy company in Europe, and Europe, by the way, is going to be their primary market, right? So they have already built a solid foundation for success, which many cryptocurrency ICOs haven't done. here we have the roadmap. In Q1 we have the platform launch. So that's gonna be planned. As said, planned. Nobody guarantees anything here. You know, ICOs and companies have roadmaps. The question is, will they deliver? Yes or no? And to be honest, I don't have the answer for that. So whatever I'm showing you here is really just my personal opinion and things that I've found through my own research, right? But I obviously can't guarantee anything. But in Q1 they have their platform launched, so that's going to be right after the token sale is over. So that's good news for us. Then Q2 is going to be connection to the energy infrastructure, right? Where they really start putting the pieces together and making it all work, really. So I said the way this works, right? Let's say you and I want to trade renewable energy. We can go to their platform, we can sign up for an account, and then we can trade energy in the form of cryptocurrency tokens. And then we have a company called Elering that helps with the transmission of this energy gas, correct? So this is how we stand so far. Then what else is very important here? The geographics, you know, Europe, and apparently, you know, this is their claim. They already have clients in Spain. Then they are involved in the startup bootcamp Energy Track in Australia, which I still need to validate. I haven't found any information on that yet. So their website is at WePowerToken.net. Their Twitter, their Telegram, they're very active on the Telegram. I think they're getting close to 40,000 users on the Telegram group. And, you know, that kind of shows that there's huge demand for this particular ICO. Then, what you always have to be asking yourself before you make an investment really is, what's the personal use of that? Are you going to use this yourself or not? Obviously, it's really dependent on where you're based, you know, geographically, and whether this has any real-time, real-life utility for you. For me personally, I would say yes, very, very possibly it has real-time utility for myself, for my family, and for other people, right? The question is how you're going to make money with this, and that's always going to be value appreciation. Tokens, meaning if this is a company that I can believe in and a company that has great potential, and I think that one token that I purchased today for 25 cents is going to be worth perhaps $5 to $10 in the future, that would be a great value appreciation for me personally. Then the competition is, as said, Power Ledger. Is their biggest competitor so far. They're based in Australia. They already have some contracts with some companies, I believe, in Australia too. And those companies put Power Ledger on, I think, a 3-month trial, you know, and that can then really lead to a huge boom in Power Ledger or a decline, because it's a fail or pass test, pretty much. And Power Ledger is currently trading at $1.25 token. The market capitalization is 450 million, which is, I think, a decent amount for an energy company. Well, an energy company, after being fully monetized, fully developed, obviously fully developed first and fully monetized, could be trading, you know, I mean, could be worth a couple $1 billion. How far that could happen in the future, I personally don't know, because as you know, this is the cryptocurrency industry and we have a lot of hype going on here. You know, people are just blindly investing in companies and concepts that they don't even understand. So it's my responsibility to really educate you about this and really show you what kind of cryptocurrencies and companies that make sense. This one, it definitely makes sense, and I think it is a great project, don't get me wrong. There's still some uncertainties, as there are in many ICOs, and I don't know anyone that is in this company. I don't know their advisors. I have contacted them to get kind of confirmation whether they're involved or not. I always do that. And here's my qualification questionnaire. So let's get this done, and then we will see where we stand. So is the company the first to offer such blockchain technology? No, it isn't, because we have Power Ledger, as said, as their competitor. Is this token needed by the general population? I definitely believe so, that this has real life utility. Would it be difficult for a competitor to do the same? Kind of difficult, because you need to have the relationship in the industry, and if you don't have that, then you're missing a very important milestone. So with that said, I think you really need to have a baseline to get a project in this vertical off the ground. So this is not something that anyone could do. I mean, anyone could pretend like we are launching an energy company, and you can use cryptocurrency tokens to make payments, to trade renewable energy. But here's the side of the claim, and here's the side of what's really going to happen, and you really have to take a look at where the company is currently and make an intelligent decision based on that. So we have a yes here. 4, does the team have the required track record of success? From what I've found is that these people have been involved in the energy industry for quite some time, and if you take a look at their white paper on the last page, they posted an sort of endorsement from the government that they will pretty much support the project. And I haven't seen this ever, so I think this is a very important support factor for the management team itself. So that's why I gave this a yes, partly because of that, but also partly because I have also read some information about these people. On the other hand, as said, I wasn't able really to find I wasn't really able to find profiles on the internet of these people, which can happen sometimes. Then, is the team and advisory board strong enough to excel in this project? I think they are, but again, this is just my personal opinion. Then 6, was I able to get in touch with the management and advisors? I have sent them messages. I have not received a reply yet, so that is a no. And I always do, as said, my checkup to make sure that I know who I'm dealing with. It's always good to get confirmation from the advisors to confirm their involvement in the firm, because I have done it in the past with other ICOs, and what happened was some advisors that I contacted, they declined their involvement in the firm, and I'm like, holy cow. Which could mean pretty much that the ICO, the company, mentioned advisors without their confirmation, without their permission, and they had nothing to do with the company. So do your due diligence. It's very important that you research, you analyze, and then you make an intelligent decision based on that. Can the ask investment be justified to get this project off the ground? That's always a very tricky question, because you really have to know the industry well, like how much money it takes to build up to a certain milestone, and yada yada yada. And I'm almost always going to answer this question with no, because unless you're involved in the company, or unless you have a great deal of experience in this particular vertical, you're going to be able to make this decision yourself. I personally can't make that decision right now, because I don't know a whole lot about renewable energy, and also not about the company, so it's a no. Are the marketing materials, including white paper and website and roadmap, solid enough? I mean, this is a huge credibility factor for many companies, right? I have analyzed all of this, and I definitely would say yes. I'm sold myself, and that's a yes. Is there sufficient amount of awareness and support for the ICO and company publicly? I think there is. If you take a look at their Twitter, their Telegram, and so forth, then you can see there clearly is. Last question, based on my analysis, do I believe in the company's success to make the investment? I gave this a yes, but again, this is just my personal opinion, and out of 10 I have a score of 7 out of 10, right? So whenever you do this qualification questionnaire and you get, you know, a 4 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, a 8 out of 10, 4, whatever it is, right? You have to compare this to another real life experience where you would rate, for instance, a girl that you're dating, you know? Would you get together with a girl that's just a 4 out of 10, you know, because there's so many components that you personally don't find very attractive in this woman. I think the same principle applies also to investing in cryptocurrencies. You really have to be aware about what you're investing in. You know, how much do you like the concept? What are the pros, what are the cons of the company, and how confident are you that they can deliver on what they're promising? And here I think I have the strongest feeling ever, and I could be completely wrong, to be honest, but I think this concept and what they have proven is an important milestone for me to really move ahead with an investment here. But again, you should do your own due diligence. This is my personal opinion, and I have to say this many times because who knows who is watching this video? Could be lawyers, you know, so I have to protect myself. And this is it pretty much. So if you're interested in this particular ICO, as said, then you go to the website WePower.network. This will have 11 days remaining, so you want to be able to sign up a couple days before that, because you have to submit your personal information and then they have to give you a green light basically, and that can take a couple days. I don't know. I have already done my whitelisting, so once you're done whitelisting, and they should send you an email, and your Ethereum wallet address should be not blacklisted, whitelisted hopefully, and then you can go to this site again, WePower.network, and you click on check if your address is whitelisted, put in your address, and then hit validate, and you should get green light. So this really completes this review on the WePower Network initial coin offering. I really hope you enjoyed this review and that you could gain some useful information from my personal research. If you like the content that I just shared with you, please hit subscribe right below this video to get notified about new videos that I'm gonna publish on this channel. See you in a bit.